kill the king, like shit, wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All of them, my business real, nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around.
Today, from GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Zach Wilson and the New York Jets.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And a stoppage here, we're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Man from nearby Wichita, it's Breece Hall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And that will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll run with Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. And he lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. Tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play fake. Mahomes. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's Wilson to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete. Noah Gray, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Pirine. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Again, here's Pirine. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Andrew Beck, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Hand off to the fullback, Burton. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Chris Jones on the stop. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the... And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Off the bootleg. Poole sliding out of the pocket. Man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Mahomes. It's caught at the 10. 33 yards that time. (21-0) our score after 1. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
On just about every team, okay, forget it. On every team, the goal is to be in third and what they call manageable, to give yourself a chance to pick up a first down. How about that call on 2nd down? The big man puts them in position to make it third and manageable. I wonder if he'll get a second chance at it to try and pick up the first down.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here, as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll be tied. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And the ball is knocked out. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2nd and 5.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Hall ought to give up the middle.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This is caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second and goal, Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after them.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
Oh, and an injured member of the offense there. It's the quarterback, Zach Wilson, in some distress. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now it's the backup Rudolph.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Here's Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 46 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. 46 yards. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
17.
Looking to throw. Pull. Flushed out right. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. For Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On the give, this is their fullback. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play of who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Play action. Now Wilson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Sione Takitaki coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. A give to the fullback on the dive. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Wilson, he's going to keep it.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
KC's offense ready to take over.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
On 2nd down, it's Manning. Room here to run.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Tackle on that play by Quinton Williams.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Play fake, and here's Luton. And that is incomplete. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And that will keep the deficit at 20. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. Justin Fields has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Kadarius Toney, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Josh Rosen has a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Mahomes to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gun.
And that flag accepted.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
But obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. They run again with the fullback Burton. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So here's the Jets offense now. as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on. The other side, but this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one.
Hardman on the return.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Another drive coming for KC, and we'll see Marquez Valdez-Scantling once again.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
Yeah, and still more time here. 3rd quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 54 yards.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New York set to take the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry.
And he is going to have a Jets first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
A gain of 3, second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
They go play action now. Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened.
And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught right side, Davis.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That was Justin Reed, the safety, who got to the quarterback.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Another drive coming for KC, and we'll see Marquez Valdez-Scantling once again.
A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself.
Now, a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline. I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He just got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
George Karlaftis.
He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Hardman to return. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming for KC, and we'll see Marquez Valdez-Scantling once again. Sort of a slow and steady game so far, but reliable for him here in this 3rd quarter.
Sounds like we're describing a possession receiver, right? The one that finds a way to make the big catches, the ones that break the backs of defenses, keep first downs, accumulating. I think he's that and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far. We'll see if he can make this good game a great game. On 2nd down now, it's Manning, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's it. And oh, he coughed it up! And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. They go play action with Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there for KC. 57 yards. Prime example there of how his height can be an advantage. It makes it tough on some of these smaller defensive backs.
When they try and go through that type of a receiver to get the football, oftentimes that big body, that frame will block them away. And whether the receiver has to elevate or extend, now he has a clear path to the football with the defender usually on his back.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal.
Edwards-Helaire is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. In the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's no good. good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing is Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs offense set to go. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And Graham's got it. Complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Up the middle they go. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jets have recovered. And they had it there so close to the goal.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Off play action. Poole. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And New York set to take the field. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Now Wilson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards. They'll try and run with their fullback. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Over the middle, he gets it to Berrios. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. 5 yards remain on second down. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Andrew Beck, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Another drive coming for KC, and we'll see Marquez Valdez-Scantling once again.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Mahomes firing complete, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Jermaine Johnson.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Throwing on 3rd and long.
Poole on the slant. He's got Hardman.
Oh, what a move. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another, oh no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing, the team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
There's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Mitchell. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And he's got room. And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Nick Bolton picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
This pass out wide to Hall.
Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Here's the Jets punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
And they'll accept that penalty. To throw from his end zone. Poole. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We're week 18. This is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
And we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one. 2nd and short now following the fumble. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 30 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Michael Dana drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
94 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go. 53. Switch up. 51 on Mike, boy. 51.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Butker now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
So here's Wilson and the Jets down by 7. A little over 30 seconds remaining. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson to throw. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now is Wilson. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. He'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Chiefs, they get the victory in the season finale, but it will still mean a sub-500 season as they finish at 8-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Jets,
It could be a potentially devastating...
Somebody to hold me. Some done woke up in me. I've been going crazy. I've been doing my thing. They not ready for me. Y'all been playing with me. No time for the silly games. God damn, it really must be so intimidating. But I gotta be great. That's the God up in me.